Hi guys, and welcome to this Pick a Card tarot reading where we are going to be looking at a general message for you, what you most need to know or hear in this moment. It could be a message about the past, it could be a message about the future, it could be something about the present moment. We're just going to leave it super open and see what messages come through. Before we get into the reading, I do want to apologize for the bare background and also lack of microphone in this video. I moved to New York City on the day of Hurricane Ida. My super kind mom drove me 12 hours in a minivan through multiple tornadoes and the hurricane, and we arrived in New York right when the hurricane was at its peak. So my microphone has been destroyed, unfortunately, and I have ordered a new one. I'm waiting for it and it keeps getting pushed back. So I apologize about the lack of microphone. If that's something that's important to you, this may not be the right video for you since I know my voice can be kind of quiet. Again, I apologize about that. And I do have a microphone on the way. And I also I haven't had time to kind of set up a cute background yet. So basically I apologize that this is kind of a sparse video, but I've really missed you guys and I've really missed filming. So I wanted to come back and film a video, even if things aren't really perfect right now. But again, I do apologize in case that's annoying. Also, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Hannah, and I post pick a card readings here a few times a week. I have not been doing that recently because of the move, but I will start doing it more frequently again, especially once I have all of my equipment back. So you can subscribe if you're interested in checking out my videos in the future. I do offer private readings. That information is linked down below. You can see my website, blatherbie.com, for more information. And I think that's everything that I wanted to say for this video. Again, I hope that you can hear me okay and that it's not distracting. And again, like I said, I do have a microphone on the way in case you can't hear me in this video. And this may not be the right video for you if you feel like my voice is too quiet, because you probably may have trouble hearing me. So I apologize, but there is something on the way. Okay, so with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into the pile selection. Pile 1 is on the left. This is the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot with a piece of flower agate. I love flower agate. I love this stone. I love this deck. So I'm excited to see what comes through in this reading. If I can get this back on here. So this is pile number 1 that I'm just kind of messed up. Pile number 2 is in the middle. This is the Tarot de los Dios trace. I apologize about my accent. With a piece of black tourmaline. And the final deck on the right is the Lonely World Tarot with this crystal. This is actually a really special crystal, and I could say that honestly about any of my crystals, but this one is especially special. It has lodolite in it, which is known as the shaman's dreamstone. It also has some little inner child crystals at the top, which is when a crystal grows inside of another crystal but doesn't come out of it. So this is a special little crystal to me. It's super cute, and this is pile number 3 on the right. So if you need some more time, feel free to pause the video, to meditate, to see which pile is calling to you. Once you've made your selection, I will put all of the timestamps down below so you can easily jump to the pile that's calling to you, and I will see you at the timestamp. Wow. So annoying. Hi guys, if you chose pile number 1 or the flower agate stone with the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, then welcome. This reading is for you. Let's see what messages want to come through for you, what you most need to know or most need to hear in this moment. I think I'm just gonna do tarot for this video just to keep it simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. We invite any ancestors, any spirit guides, any positive energies that would like to communicate with us. About everyone that chose pile 1, we invite these energies to please communicate in the most effective and concise way possible, with comfort and ease for the highest and greatest good of all, so that we can get the most accurate and helpful reading for pile 1 that we can. And we are asking what pile 1 most needs to know, most needs to hear in this moment. What message needs to come through for everyone that is watching pile 1? I'm just going to shuffle one more time. What message is coming through for pile 1? Wow. So far we have the 9 of Cups, the 7 of Swords in reverse. We have the Monarch, which I believe is the Emperor in the traditional tarot. And we also have the Temperance card in reverse. So let me just show you what's come out so far. We have the 9 of Cups. The 7 of Swords in reverse. We have the Monarch or the Emperor in the traditional tarot. And we have the Temperance card in reverse. So I'm just going to clarify and get a little bit more information on these cards. So why is the 9 of Cups in this reading? How does the 9 of Cups help us understand this message for you? We have the, I'll show you. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Why is the 7 of Swords in reverse? Wow, you guys, pile 1. We have the 10 of Cups, clarifying the 7 of Swords in reverse. Clarifying the Emperor, we have the 6 of Cups. This is a really pretty card in this deck. And why is the Temperance card in reverse? We have the Warrior of Pentacles, which I believe is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And the bottom of the deck is the 8 of Cups in reverse. I'm just going to take my sweatshirt off really quickly because I randomly just got incredibly hot. And then I'll tell you what I'm seeing in the cards. Let me also just grab a pen really quickly. Sorry, I'm going to start writing down the timestamps. That way it's a lot easier for me. Okay, pile 1. Here's what I'm seeing for you. Let me actually just sit down and get a little bit more comfortable first. Okay, number 1, you guys, these cards are kind of crazy. We have the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the 6 of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune, even though it's in reverse. You guys have incredibly positive cards here. The very first thing that I'm seeing is that for those of you that chose this pile, one thing that's coming up for you is that the universe is trying to encourage you to learn how to receive. I feel like those of you that chose this pile are really good at giving. You're really good at acting. You're really good at doing things for other people. But when it comes time to receive things yourself, it's a little bit more challenging for you. I feel like those of you that picked this pile may have a tendency to give rather than to receive. And one thing that's coming through is that Spirit is about to give you what you have been asking for, what you've been manifesting, what you've been hoping. It's about to come in for you. But Spirit is saying that it's really important that you learn how to receive it because you deserve this. Let me tell you, with the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, all of these cards here in general, there are really, really, really exciting things coming your way. The 10 of Cups is a card about wish fulfillment. The 10 of Cups is a card about emotional fulfillment and happiness and satisfaction. Again, what you've been hoping for, what you've been praying for, it's coming to you. But Spirit is saying that some of you, when you receive things, you unconsciously or subconsciously feel like you're not worthy of it. You feel like it's not, like you feel like you're not deserving of it, and then you expect something bad to happen later on down the line. With Wheel of Fortune in reverse, one thing that Spirit is saying is that one lesson that's kind of coming up for you is learning how to receive without feeling guilty or without thinking that something bad is going to happen because you've received what you wanted. Spirit is saying that you are an incredible person. You are so beautiful inside and out. You are kind, funny, giving, and you don't need to be anything else than what you are to receive everything that you've ever wanted. You are more than enough just existing, just being who you are. You don't have to do a bunch of crazy things or do a bunch of things to get people to love you or to make yourself worthy to receive what it is that you want to receive. You are already worthy, so don't go down that path. One thing that's coming through as well with the Seven of Swords in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it feels like there's some anxiety here. That is totally normal and totally understandable considering kind of the state of the world that we're in right now, the position that a lot of people are in. I also am someone that has pretty bad anxiety, so I understand the quote-unquote struggle of feeling anxious when there's not really anything to be anxious about. But one message that is coming through with the Seven of Swords in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is that your anxiety is unfounded. I know that doesn't always make it easier, but there is a message that whatever you're anxious about, there's no need to be anxious about it. And again, one thing that Spirit is saying is that you have a tendency to think that things are sometimes worse than they are, and you also sometimes have a tendency to manifest negative situations for yourself. And that is not placing the blame on you by any means, but Spirit is saying that what's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks for you is an ability to let go of that. Spirit is going to be showing you kind of where you hold yourself back in terms of receiving, where you hold yourself back in terms of allowing yourself to have what it is that you want. And it's those blockages are coming up not because you're doing something wrong. They're not coming up as a punishment. They're not coming up because there's something wrong with you. It's coming up to show you that it's there so that you can let go of it and release it with comfort and ease. Because what's coming up for you with the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups is emotional fulfillment, it's satisfaction, it's peace. Spirit is saying don't be worried about the changes that are happening in your life right now. Don't be worried about the shifts that are happening because they're happening for your highest and greatest good. And kind of learning how to have a little bit of faith in the universe, have a little bit of trust, and understand that you're on a path for a reason and you're being guided somewhere for your highest and greatest good. You're being asked to kind of have some faith and trust the process. But in general, you're receiving a lot of really exciting things, and a major lesson for you is to learn how to open up and also learn how to accept yourself completely as you are without having to do anything or change anything about you, because you don't need to change, you don't need to do anything differently. You're perfect exactly the way that you are, and learning how to accept yourself in the present moment exactly as you are is also something that's really coming through here for me. One thing that is coming through with the Temperance card in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Eight of Cups, when Temperance is in reverse, that card usually indicates an imbalance. It usually indicates some kind of overindulgence to me. That, along with the Eight of Cups, is telling me that there's something that you need to leave behind, but you're having a hard time doing it. With the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it's like you're dragging your feet. And I think you know what this is. I think you know where you may be kind of overdoing things a little bit. Also keep in mind, this is a general reading, so it's going to be different for each person. But in general, I'm seeing this as kind of a habit. For some of you, this may be a relationship, but for most of you, I think that this is a habit or something that you're kind of indulging in a little bit too much. And Spirit is saying that they've been sending you a lot of messages about this. They've been telling you for a long time what it is that you need to do. And Spirit, again, they're saying that this is not a punishment. They're saying that they're not asking you to kind of tone down things because you just are a bad person and you don't deserve good things, but because whatever this is, it's holding you back from getting what you want. With the Temperance card in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Eight of Cups, leaving this behind, it's for your highest and greatest good. Leaving this behind is leading you into the Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups, emotional satisfaction and wish fulfillment arena. So leaving this behind, again, it's not a punishment. It's not because you're doing something wrong. Spirit is saying that it's for your highest and greatest good to leave it behind, and you're kind of dragging your feet a little bit. And that's also maybe why, if you're feeling stuck or feeling a little bit stagnant, that could be one of the reasons why. Because one thing that I am seeing is that it's going to be a little bit challenging for you to move forward if you are unbalanced. So one thing that's also important, besides kind of leaving this thing behind that you may be overindulging in, and again, it's going to be different for everyone. For someone, it may be food. For other people, it may be a relationship. It may be gambling. It may be sleeping too much. That's kind of been me recently. After I moved, I've just been napping constantly. But leaving that behind is going to be helpful. Also finding a way to ground and center yourself, whether it's through meditation, whether it's through journaling, whether it's just walking outside in nature. finding a way to kind of be quiet and still and ground and center yourself is going to be really, really helpful as well. And one thing that I'm also seeing is that as you start to receive what it is that you've been looking for, as you start to receive these like manifestations that you've been asking for, one thing that I'm also seeing is you just getting more in touch with yourself. Again, a major lesson that I'm seeing for you guys is learning how to accept yourself, every part of yourself, in the present moment. Understanding that even if there are things that you want to change about yourself, even if there are things that you want to grow or change or develop, you're still perfect exactly the way you are right now without changing. You don't need to do anything to deserve the things that are coming your way. Also, one thing that I'm seeing is that it's important for you to recognize yourself as a multi-dimensional person. You are someone that has multiple experiences. You have multiple desires almost inside of you. And one thing that's coming through with the Six of Cups and the Emperor is learning how to connect in with all parts of yourself. Again, to accept all parts of yourself, and also to start seeing yourself as multidimensional. So what that means is recognizing that you have a lot going on. Also recognizing that sometimes there are almost like quote unquote parts inside of you that may be at conflict or may want different things. For example, there may be a part of you that wants to let go of this. There may be a part of you that recognizes that letting go of whatever it is that you've been overindulging in. There's a part of you that recognizes that that's leading you forward into positive change, and there's a part of you that wants to do that. But there may also be a part of you that's scared of letting go of this because you've been using it as a coping mechanism, or because it's been filling some kind of void for you. So learning how to accept both parts of that, learning how to love and honor and validate all parts of yourself, I think is going to be something that's really helpful. And I think that's also going to kind of come naturally the more that you start to open yourself to receive these blessings. I think that you're also going to be getting a lot more in touch with yourself, especially with your higher self. I really see you getting to know your higher self, connect with your higher self, and understand how your higher self communicates with you. But in general, you have really exciting things to look forward to. There's wish fulfillment coming your way. There's emotional satisfaction coming your way. And again, you're being asked not to reject these blessings out of fear or a belief that you're not good enough, but you are being asked to learn how to open up and receive and know that you deserve all of the joy and happiness that's coming your way. One thing that may be coming through as well is that some of you may be experiencing a reunion with someone with the Six of Cups. Someone that you may have been wanting to hear from or hoping to hear from, you may be getting a message from them. Relatively quickly probably as well, with the Aries energy with the Emperor there. But that's what I'm seeing for those of you that chose pile number 1. I hope that was helpful or provided clarity or insight. I really enjoyed connecting with you, so thank you again for giving me the chance to share this message with you. I'm sending lots of love and light your way, and have a great day. Hi guys, if you chose pile number 2 or the Tarot de los Dios trace with the black tourmaline stone, then welcome. This message is for you. Let's take a look and see what message you most need to hear in this moment. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Let me redo that. Okay, let me redo that. Hi guys, if you chose pile number 2 or the Tarot de los Dios trace with the black tourmaline stone, then welcome. This reading is for you. Let's see what message you most need to know or most need to hear in this moment. Also, I apologize that I keep hitting the tripod. Like I mentioned, I recently moved and I don't have a lot of room in my room right now, so I'm kind of trying to make it work with limited space. Also, if you hear any noise in the background, I apologize. Like I said, I just moved and I have roommates now. So if you hear someone in the background, I apologize. But let's go ahead and jump in and see what is coming through for you in this reading. I think I'm just going to keep it tarot, just to keep it kind of simple. So let's jump in and see what is coming through for you. We invite any ancestors, any spirit guides, any positive energies that would like to communicate with us about everyone that chose pile 2. We invite these energies to please communicate in the most effective and concise way possible, with comfort and ease for the highest and greatest good of all, so that we can get the most accurate and helpful reading for everyone that chose pile 2 that we can. And we are looking for a general message, what pile 2 needs to know, needs to hear, needs to understand in this moment. We're leaving it open to whatever message needs to come through for pile 2 to come through. So what message is coming through for pile 2? What does pile 2 need to know, need to hear, or need to understand in this moment? Wow, right away we have the Hanged Man card. What message is coming through for pile 2? We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have the Judgment card. And let's get one more. Oops. One more card, please, for pile 2. We also have the Knave of Cups or the Knight of Cups. Remember when I used to censor inappropriate images on my channel? Those were the days. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify. Why is the Hanged Man at this reading? Why is the Hanged Man here? How does that help us understand this message for pile 2? Ooh, we have the Devil card. Clarifying the Queen of Swords in reverse, we have the Ten of Swords. Why is the Judgment card in this reading? Why is the Judgment card here? How does that help us understand the message for pile 2? Okay, you guys, this one just flew across the room and stopped. It's the Six of Cups. This card came out as well for pile number 1 in that exact same spot, which is kind of crazy. Okay, why is the Knight of Cups in this reading? How does that help us understand this message for pile 2? Why is the Knight of Cups here? We have the Moon. And the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Wands. Okay, pile 2. Let me just write down the timestamp that I stopped shuffling. 24. Okay, pile 2. This is what I'm seeing for you. Again, I apologize in case you can hear any noise in the background. I have roommates, and I think my roommate is outside, so if you hear something, I apologize. But let me tell you what I'm seeing for you in these cards. Okay, so there's a lot here, pile 2. There is a lot here. Where do I want to start? Okay. Number 1 is that I think, okay, we're gonna start in like hot, so I apologize. I feel like normally I try to start in with something like easier. But the first thing that's drawing me with the Hanged Man, the Devil, the Queen of Swords in reverse is that it feels like there are some emotions that you are not expressing. With the Hanged Man here and the Devil, it feels like you are holding yourself back from expressing certain emotions, whether that be anger, frustration, sadness, resentment. It feels like there's some stuff that you're holding in and not expressing. And what's coming up for you over the next couple of weeks is an opportunity to release that and express that. With the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands here, things may be a little bit challenging sometimes. The message that's coming through for me though is that it's not going to be bad. Like, you don't need to be worried, you don't need to be anxious, you don't need to think that something terrible is going to happen, because that is 100% not what I'm seeing in these cards. What I am seeing is you feeling frustrated or feeling annoyed or feeling whatever it is, you know what I mean? With the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands, I'm seeing a lot of frustration. I'm seeing a lot of just like being annoyed basically. And the reason why this is happening, it's not a punishment. It's not because you're doing something wrong. It's not because the next 2 weeks are just fated to suck. This stuff is coming up for healing, because with the Queen of Swords in reverse, what's coming up is the stuff that you have not been expressing. It's the stuff that you have not been allowing yourself to release. And again, keep in mind, this is a general reading, so not everything is going to resonate 100% because there's multiple people watching each pile. But so for example, if you've been repressing sadness or you haven't been allowing yourself to feel that, you may notice that there are things coming up for you over the next couple of weeks that lead you to feel sad, whether it's watching a sad movie or whatever it may be. Or if you're not allowing yourself to express anger, you may notice that you're getting a lot of really annoying people on the road. There's a lot of road rage, you know what I mean? It's not like there's going to be something huge and terrible happening, but it's like the universe is going to be bringing situations into your life over the next couple of weeks that give you the opportunity to express what it is that you have not been allowing yourself to express. One thing that's coming through is that you are incredibly intuitive people. With the Judgment card and the Moon card here, you guys are incredibly talented. You're incredibly intuitive. And one message, or one thing that I have learned over studying my intuition and trying to develop that over time, is that the more tuned in you are to your emotions, the more intuitive you are. Because emotions, really all that they are is information. And when we're not allowing ourselves to feel certain emotions, we're not allowing certain information to come up. So for example, with anger, that's an emotion that a lot of people struggle with, especially female presenting people, because in this society, or in my society, in Western American society, we are traditionally socialized that women should not be angry, or that, you know, that's like not an acceptable emotion for certain people. And in certain families, certain emotions aren't usually able to be expressed, like anger. But even anger gives us the information that our boundaries are being crossed, or that a situation maybe isn't right for us. And do we always need to act on every emotion? No, not every emotion needs to be reacted to, but honoring and validating and listening to the emotions that you do have is something that's really important. And like I said, because you've been kind of closing yourself off from certain emotions, you're also closing yourself off from certain information, including your intuitive abilities. So one thing that I see happening over the next couple of weeks, as you also notice that these emotions are kind of coming up, I also see your intuition deepening. I see you getting I see your abilities kind of opening up and your intuition deepening, you connecting into your guides, connecting into your highest self, just realizing that you had all of these abilities that you may not have been aware of before. So in general, what's kind of happening over the next couple of weeks is it's almost like it's like spring cleaning almost, where spirit is like going in, finding all of the repressed emotions that are not serving you, that are holding you back, that are preventing you from moving into the place that you want to move into, and spirit is helping you release that. And some of them, it may be a little bit stressful. Hang on, I'm gonna ask my roommate to like turn that down. Okay, sorry about that. Let me go back to what I was saying. So I think, like I was saying, that spirit is going to be bringing up these like repressed emotions for you in situations that may be kind of stressful or maybe kind of frustrating. And it may not be fun in the moment, but the end result is that you're going to be able to release all of this stuff. It's going to be like a breath of fresh air in releasing it. Also, it's important to recognize that this is not happening as a punishment. It's not happening because you're doing something wrong. It's happening because your guides and spirit love you and they want you to be in like the best position possible for yourself. And releasing this stuff that's just not serving you, it's kind of needed, and it's going to make you feel a lot better. One thing that I'm also seeing is that with the Knight of Cups and the Moon and the Six of Cups, as you're doing this emotional work, as you're releasing certain things, your love life is also improving. With the Knight of Cups and the Moon and the Six of Cups, and the Judgment card. One thing, okay, so what's coming through from these cards is that there is someone in general that has their eye on you. With the Knight of Cups and the Judgment card and the Moon, there's somewhat like a secret admirer, because the Moon is usually secret or like dreamy energy. The Knight of Cups is like a romantic suitor. Judgment is usually a message. The Six of Cups is a reunion. So what I'm seeing here is that a lot of you have a secret admirer. This person could very likely have water placements, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And I also see this person contacting you at some point in the future with the Judgment card. Like, I also see this person coming forward and making themselves known to you. But I think that that's going to happen as you start to release this stuff that's not serving you anymore. With the Queen of Swords in reverse, it feels like you have a little bit of a manifestation block going on right now because of these repressed emotions. So as you start to release them, as you start to kind of move through that and process it, I think that a lot of things are going to be coming in for you. Not just romantic love, but also other things that you have been manifesting or trying to bring in for yourself. You're going to notice that like this manifestation block is lifted, and suddenly all these things that you've been hoping for are coming in. Because with the Hanged Man and the Devil, it feels like right now you're a little bit stuck. And in order to get unstuck with the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands, there's a little bit of like not fun things that need to happen. You know, there's a little bit of work, a little bit of adjustment period that needs to happen before all of like this beautiful energy can come in. But like you're moving out of this stale, stagnant energy into something that feels a lot cleaner, a lot crisper. It feels a lot nicer, the energy that you're moving into. You are leaving a lot of stuff behind that's just not working for you. It's not serving you. It doesn't need to be there. You're leaving it behind and you're moving into a really exciting energy. One thing that you are being asked in this time is to trust spirit with the Judgment card and the Moon. Know that you're being led down a certain path for a reason. Know that you're being guided for your highest and greatest good, and that everything that happens is for your highest and greatest good. Let me see if there's any other messages coming through. One message that is coming through is that some of you, your ancestors would like you to connect with them more or to honor them in some way. So if that resonates with you, developing a practice could be helpful. For others of you, some of what's coming up, it's like intergenerational healing. You're healing multiple levels. It feels like some of the stuff that you're releasing, you're not just releasing it for yourself, you're also releasing it for your family and for those that came before you. Because it feels like some of this, for some of you, this is a general reading. So for some of you, this feels like it's related into your family, that like whole families have a hard time expressing grief or expressing anger. And so as you start to do that, you may notice that your family also kind of heals as well. But in general, the next couple of weeks may be a little bit stressful or a little bit challenging, but there's a huge opportunity here for you to release things, for you to move out of this stale, stagnant energy that you have going on and move into something that feels a lot brighter, feels a lot cleaner, and also has the potential for a lot of blessings. So the next couple of weeks may be a little bit stressful, especially if you're watching this when I film it, because we're about to move into Mercury retrograde. So things may just be a little bit annoying. But again, I'm not seeing anything bad happening. I'm just seeing annoying, frustrating, stressful, which of course is not something fun to feel, and I'm not trying to downplay that, but I'm not seeing something like huge or terrible happen. So I don't think that there needs to be anxiety or worry around that. Just recognizing that, again, you may encounter like more people on the road where you're like, what are you doing? Like, why is that happening that way? Or you may if there's something that is upsetting from your past, you may notice certain triggers kind of reminding you of that. And again, it's not happening as a punishment, it's happening to let you release that and move on into something better. So that's what I'm seeing for those of you that chose pile 2. I hope that was helpful or provided clarity or insight. I really enjoyed connecting with you, so thank you again for giving me the chance to share this message. I'm sending lots of love and light your way, and have a great day. Hi guys, if you chose pile number 3 or the Lonely World Tarot with the Dream Shaman Inner Child crystal, then welcome. This message is for you. I also chose pile 3, so I'm excited to see what's going to come through in this message for all of us. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what is coming through. I'm going to just use tarot to keep it simple. Let's go ahead and jump in and see what's coming through. We invite any ancestors, any spirit guides, any positive energies that would like to communicate with us about everyone that chose pile 3. We invite these energies to please communicate in the most effective and concise way possible with comfort and ease for the highest and greatest good of all, so that we can get the most accurate and helpful reading for everyone that chose pile 3 that we can. And again, we are asking what pile 3 most needs to know, needs to hear, or needs to understand in this moment. Ooh, these cards just fell on the ground. Also, I apologize in advance in case I hit the tripod. As I mentioned, I moved recently and I don't have any furniture yet, really. So my room is still kind of a mess and I'm bumping into everything. So if I hit the tripod, I apologize. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles. We also have, the 6 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, what's coming through for pile 3? We have the 3 of Cups in reverse. Let's get one more. One more card for pile 3. The Death card in reverse. Let's clarify why is the Knight of Pentacles in this reading. We have the 2 of Swords. Why is the 6 of Pentacles in this reading? We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Why is the 3 of Cups in reverse in this reading? Why is the 3 of Cups in reverse? We have the Chariot in reverse. And why is the Death card in reverse in this reading? And we have the 7 of Swords in reverse. And the bottom of the deck is the Temperance card upright. Okay, so pile 3. Here is what I am seeing for you. Okay, number 1. The number 1 thing, it feels like there is, okay, let me try to explain like how I'm seeing this. Also, I'm trying to make this like centered nicely, but I guess it's okay. Sorry that it's kind of slanted. Actually, let me change it for you. That would bother me if I was watching that. Okay, so what it feels like for you guys, Spirit is trying to offer you something. There's a shift that's trying to happen in your life right now, and it feels like you are rejecting it. This especially feels tied into your financial life for me because we have a lot of pentacles here. It feels like there's like an upgrade that's waiting to happen. Like the change that's trying to come in, it is incredibly positive. It's taking you from the Knight of Pentacles to the King. And with the 6 of Pentacles, again, Spirit is offering you something here. Like there is some kind of an offer that's being made, and it feels like you are not fully accepting it. With the Death card in reverse and the 7 of Swords in reverse, it feels like you have a lot of anxiety around this. For some of you, Okay, so it feels like this shift that's trying to come in, or this like evolution that's trying to happen, it's very much related to your life purpose, and it's very much related to like who you are. And it feels like there's a like almost a fundamental lack of acceptance of that for you. It feels like there's a lot of fear around that for you. It feels like you, for those of you that chose this pile, you may really care about what other people think of you or how other people may perceive you if you were to make this shift. And I feel like that's one of the things that's holding you back. Spirit is really asking you to think about why you're staying where you are. Because the message that's coming through with the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Death card in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, it feels like you're kind of stuck. And Spirit is throwing you a lifeline that you are not grabbing onto. And Spirit is like, why? Like, they want you to think about what you're getting out of this place that you're at. And there's also a message, and this is not meant to make you feel bad in any way, shape, or form. Like I said, I picked this pile too, so all of this I'm saying to myself as well. Spirit is like, are you happy where you are? Are you happy doing what you're doing? Are you happy with the people that you're around? Are you happy? Because like, you've been asking for a shift, you've been asking for some kind of a change. Spirit has been showing you signs as to how you're going to be able to achieve that change, but it feels like you're not doing it. It's like Spirit is showing you what needs to happen and there's no follow through. And Spirit is trying to get you to it's trying to get you to question what you're getting out of the place that you're in, because there's obviously something that you're gaining from staying here, but Spirit is saying that what you're gaining may not be for your highest and greatest good. So keep in mind this is a general reading, so everything's not going to resonate 100%, and things are going to be a little bit different for each person. But in general, it feels like their Spirit has been trying to push you towards this evolution that you are kind of not accepting. And it feels like consciously you're accepting it. Consciously you're like, yeah, I understand. But unconsciously, it's like you're dragging your feet, you're not moving, you're staying stuck. And the message that's coming through is that what Spirit is trying to give you, it is a really amazing thing. Like with the Six of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, again, this is an evolution, this is an improvement, it's an upgrade. And the other thing that's coming through is that this is aligning you to your life purpose. It's aligning you to your highest self. The shift that's coming in, like, it's aligning you to what you came here to do, basically. And it feels like there's a lot of fear for you around that and kind of just a blockage in terms of moving forward. So one thing that Spirit is saying is that spending some time journaling or meditating on why you're here or why you're continuing, like why you haven't done certain things, because Spirit is saying, I know you know, like I know that you've seen the signs, I know you know what I'm asking you to do, so why are you not doing it? And again, like there's no judgment, it's not in a condescending way, but it's trying to get you to understand that you're getting something out of the place that you're in, because it feels like a lot of you don't love the place that you're in right now. You would love to be somewhere else. At the same time, Spirit's trying to get you to see that you are getting something out of staying in this place, and that thing that you're getting, it's important that you recognize it, I think, because like understanding like, oh, me staying in this place is giving me this, it's going to help you kind of start to move past that and move into different energy. One thing that I'm seeing as well with the Three of Cups and the Chariot in reverse, some of you may be spending a little bit too much time partying or having fun instead of working on things. Because again, what I'm really seeing here, it feels like this shift is really related to your career, to money, and to finances. And with the Three of Cups and the Chariot both in reverse, it feels like some of you may have been overindulging a little bit, or may have been spending too much time like with friends or having fun instead of thinking about the future. And of course, it's totally fine to have fun. There's a reason why that card's in the deck, because we need to have fun and we need to like let off loose. We need to let off steam and just have fun sometimes. At the same time, there is a message that you may be doing it a little bit too much. There's also a message that some of the people that you're around right now don't have your highest and greatest good in mind. That's not to scare you, but it's just to let you know, again, the place that you're at right now, Spirit's trying to move you out of it, because where you are right now, it's not perfect for you. And this doesn't have to be like a physical location thing, but it's more like the general spiritual, mental energy that you're in right now. Spirit's trying to move you out of that into something else. And it feels like there's this resistance to it. It feels like there's a lot of anxiety around it as well. And Spirit is saying that if this is your life purpose, if this is what you're meant here to do, it's gonna come super easily to you because you came here for this reason. There's a reason why, you're here, and it's to do a certain thing. And it feels like there's this refusal to accept the mission that you've been given, or this refusal to accept certain parts of yourself. One of the things that also is one of the things that's also coming up is that it's important for you to learn to accept, love, and honor all parts of yourself, even the parts of yourself that you may not like. So for example, for me, what that might look like, I have pretty severe anxiety, and learning how to love and accept that anxiety in myself was something that helped me a lot in terms of dealing with my anxiety, managing it. Once I stopped like hating it and being like, why does my brain do this? I hate this about myself. Once I was like, okay, my anxiety is trying to tell me something. I appreciate that my body is trying to send me a signal of danger or warning, even if it's doing it in a way that's not entirely appropriate. I appreciate that. That really changed my perspective on it, and it really helped me kind of get a handle on my anxiety. So again, there's a message here that learning to love and accept even those parts of you that annoy you or that you don't like, that's part of your mission, and that's something that's important and going to be helpful for you in terms of understanding. One thing that's coming through too, Spirit is saying that you can move out of this energy whenever you want to, because it's like Spirit is saying you already know how to move out of this energy. You know exactly what you have to do, and you just haven't done it yet. And so you can move out of this space whenever you want to. You don't have to stay here. You don't have to stay in this stale, stagnant energy. You can move anytime that you want to. But Spirit's also saying that you don't have to move before you're ready. You have free will. You have free choice. You can stay as long as you want. You can move as fast as you want. It's really up to you. With the Temperance card, also, this is an amazing time to connect in with your guides, with your higher self. There's a lot of potential for you to really get close and understand yourself on that level. And again, Spirit is saying like this shift is for your highest and greatest good. Spirit is saying that there's no downside to this shift. The downside, I think, for some of you is that you may have to give up certain relationships when you fully commit yourself to this path, with the Three of Cups in reverse, or you may have to give up a certain lifestyle. But Spirit is saying that what you're giving up is going to be replaced by blessings 100%. Like there's not going to be a void here in terms of moving. It's any void that's left behind is going to be filled with blessings and abundance and joy as a result of this shift. And again, there's an opportunity coming your way, and Spirit really wants to make sure that you don't reject it. There's a big opportunity coming your way. This could really help you and establish you in terms of your career and in terms of money. So don't let it slip through your fingers, because this is an important one. So that's what I'm seeing for those of you that chose pile number 3. I hope that was helpful or provided clarity or insight. I really enjoyed connecting with you, so thank you again for giving me the chance to share this message with you. I'm sending lots of love and light your way, and have a great day.